Want to learn how to run your business without you running the business? Stay tuned and we'll teach you our system for letting go and letting others make decisions in your company. Hey everybody, welcome to the iProv vlog, where we help business leaders grow their business. I'm Jordan Smith, as always, joined by Patrick Laughlin. How are you, Pat?
I'm doing great, Joe. How are you today?
Ooh, we got a secret for everybody. Tell them.
Man, you want to know a secret?
Yeah.
If you're a business owner out there, you are not the only one in your business that is capable of making good decisions. In fact, I would argue for some, if not most, decisions that need to be made in most organizations, the person at the top is the worst person to make a decision.
Preach.
And that's where really creating a clear vision for your company and sharing it with others allows you to start making the hard calls that you are, that only you are capable of making. And honestly, it gives you a whole lot of freedom to stop sweating the small stuff, which most business owners spend way too much time doing. It's one of the paradoxes of leadership, right? That the higher you go in an organization, the less you really know about what's going on close to the work. It's perverse, right? But the CEO is usually the last to know what's really going on and what needs to be done to solve most problems, you know?
With great power comes great ignorance, right?
Yeah, exactly. I think the best example of this is, we've talked about Toyota before. It's one of my favorite companies, but they have this idea of Gemba. It's just this idea that Toyota believes in, that the more hands-on knowledge a decision maker has, the better the decision will be. And, honestly, I just agree with them. I couldn't tell you most of what goes on in the bowels of our company on a day-to-day basis, and I'm responsible for running it day-to-day. Mm-hmm. So when somebody asks me to make a decision about, posting times or something like that, I have no idea what the best posting time is. You're the one who knows when we should post something. You make that call, and I don't care if you're wrong, because it doesn't reach my level. Laying out sort of that clear vision of the future for the company, that should let everyone on the team know what the long-term goals are. And really, that's where employee empowerment starts. Well,
and that's the big secret of this, right? This is the kickoff to what we're calling Vision Week. And the very first thing is laying out a clear vision of the company. So we're going to be talking a lot about this throughout the week, but letting everyone on the team know what the long-term goals are. And that's really where that employee empowerment starts.
How you get there is a whole lot less important, Yeah. I mean, especially if you're at the top of the organization.
Mm-hmm. So it's this giving everybody a really clear, what we call a path to the summit, is how you start to get everybody to believe what you believe, about where and how the organization can grow. Once they have those fundamental things, you can start to empower them to make decisions, because guess what? They're only going to make decisions that meet that long-term vision. And more importantly, they're going to make those decisions without you in the room, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's what a good and clear vision does for you. It gives guardrails around the decisions that those at a low level in your company can and should make. And the ones that they should bring to your attention. If it doesn't affect the vision, if it doesn't affect the overall mission of the company, I don't want to make the decision. And in fact, I'm the worst person in the company to make the decision, because I don't have enough hands-on knowledge. I don't have enough Gemba,
Yeah, get more Gemba. I like that. And I want to repeat something that's very important, right? Setting a clear vision and making sure that everybody in the organization knows what that clear vision is helps you establish guardrails for them to make their own decisions without leadership in the room. If I know where iProv, or marketing company, if I know what the long-term vision is, I don't have to check with Pat whenever a client wants a 10% discount on a video project. It doesn't matter. How we get there is less important than the fact that we get there. And as long, if it doesn't impact that vision negatively, or it's not a new kind of strategy that we haven't talked about on how to meet that vision, then Pat doesn't need to be involved in that decision. He empowers me to make those, and all the employees in the organization. And that's the superpower, that's the secret of really defining a very clear vision for success. And we'll step through what those pieces are in some additional episodes coming up next. But doing that gets you, the business owner, out of all those conversations.
Well, and I want to make sure that we tell business owners out there that we empathize with them, because giving up making decisions is really hard, especially at first. You have to become really comfortable with the idea that you're allowing others to make decisions, and some of the decisions that they make are not the decisions that you would make, and they are going to do things differently. They're going to fail, and you have to be okay with that. In fact, you need to encourage it, because if they're failing, they're ultimately learning. As long as they're not making the same mistake over and over again, you're going to have to sort of encourage decision making that leads to some sort of failure at some point. Otherwise, they never will learn how to make a good decision.
And remember, you brought them, they're doing their job for a reason, right? And hopefully that's because they can do their job better than you ever could. So let them do their job, right? The destination is what you should care about, not every single step on how you get there. That's what you should be focusing your time on as a leader.
Well, and I think that the other part of it that, we hear a lot in our consulting practice is, well, none of my people can do it as good as I can do it. And we have to constantly remind people that get comfortable with that. Yeah, they're never going to be able to do it as good as you do it. And in fact, you should be really happy if they can do it 70 or 80% as good as you can do it. But think about your customer. Do they realize that the 80% that they got from the person you delegated that task to wasn't 110% from the customer's perspective? No, they don't know the difference. And so you get the freedom to go work on bigger things. The person you delegated the task to gets a new challenge to work on, and the customer ultimately gets exactly what they want, if not more. The only person who's suffering here is you, and that's stupid. I'm sorry. It's just a recipe for burnout, frustration, and misery. So anyway, I also think that allowing employees to make those decisions, learn from mistakes, it allows them to find sort of their method of making decisions, and ultimately they're going to make as good or better decisions as you will make anyway. And once again, as long as you're moving forward towards the vision, that's ultimately what matters. The way that you get there doesn't. So just remember that constantly. And if you're struggling to let go and let others, leave a comment, or visit our website. We've got lots of good resources about our VSTA framework and how it works to free up business owners' time to grow their business. We'd love to talk more about it.
Yeah, no, I love that. Said a different way, if you're struggling with how to let go and you feel like you have to be in every single conversation of your organization, drop us a line, leave us a comment. And also, just as important, stay tuned, because we're going to get into more detail about how we feel like visions and missions should not only be created, but how they should be communicated with the rest of your team. So visit the website, call us if you have questions, like, subscribe, comment again, and stay tuned, because now is where the fun stuff starts. Until next time, peace, peeps.